Hey, what's good, everyone? My name is Tony, and we're back with another video, guys. In today's video, we're gonna be talking about what has made me broke in 2024. But anyways, let's understand this first. Money is everywhere and opportunities are everywhere. To be honest, we live in a world where now these opportunities are literally like in your phones, guys. Like everywhere, like you can make money through anything.
Now, I say that because there are countless ways to make money, whether through side hustles, freelancing, or even starting your own business. But most of us are stuck in a circle of feeling broke because we aren't using the tools and talents already in our hands. Think about it. Everyone has a skill, whether it's something you've learned at a job, a hobby you love, or just something you've picked up over the years. Let's take freelancing, for example. Platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer have made it easier than ever to offer your services to people all over the world. If you have skills in writing, graphic design, video editing, or you can even teach people languages online, you can start earning money online by providing these services to clients in need. And that's not all too. And if freelancing isn't your thing, there are still plenty of ways to make money online. You can sell products through e-commerce platforms, create an online course, or even become a YouTuber or a content creator. As you probably have seen, creating content is where money is right now. But it's not easy as you think, just to let you know. But either way, there's nothing really easy in life. The internet has opened up a world of possibilities for generating income. But here's the problem. Most of us aren't taking advantage of these opportunities. We're sitting on skills that could be making us money, yet we still feel broke. Or let me say, I still feel broke. Why? Because I am not utilizing what I have. The key to financial success isn't waiting for the perfect opportunity or a huge breakthrough. Trust me, I used to make a lot of excuses telling myself I couldn't do this because I don't have this. For example, I couldn't make good videos because I don't have a laptop. And it's actually not that. It's about starting where you are with what you have. And I've probably been told this a lot, but here I am. But anyways, let's take a moment and ask yourself, what skills that you could be offering right now? Or what do you know that someone would pay to learn? What service can you provide that will make someone else's life easier? But let me be honest with you, starting your own thing or your own business is not for everyone. Sometimes just getting a job, having that security could be enough. The money's out there, you just have to go get it. And this is a note to myself too. The more you put your skills to work, the more you will see opportunities open up. You will realize that you don't have to feel stuck or broke because you do have the power to change your situation. So stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. The tools, the resources, the skills are already in your hands. The question is, are you ready to use them? Because when you do, that's when your financial journey truly begins. And remember this, every aspect was once a beginning.
Number one that made me broke in 2024 is actually not believing that I deserve the money that I set myself to achieve.
What I mean by that is, at the start of the year, I had goals, big goals. I wrote them down just like everyone says you should. 6-figure this, build my business, get financially free. Look, I wrote all my goals on my vision board, but the truth is, I didn't really believe it was possible. Maybe for other people it can happen, but not me. Can I really do that? You see, it's not enough to write goals down. It's not enough to say you want to make money or be successful. You have to actually believe that you do deserve it, and I didn't. Every time I thought about money, whether it was through business, side hustle, or anything else, this doubt crept in. Am I really good enough to make that much? Am I capable of running a successful business? What if I fail again? Self-doubt is a silent killer. It's subtle. It doesn't shout in your face. It just whispers in the back of your mind, telling you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough. And before you know it, those whispers are controlling everything. They stop you from taking action. They stop you from following through. They keep you stuck in the same place even when you know you should be moving forward. I spend too much time comparing myself to others, watching them succeed, hit their goals while I stayed stuck, convincing myself that I wasn't on their level. But the truth is, I was just scared. I was scared that I'd never be enough, scared of putting myself out there and failing, scared that even if I made the money, I wouldn't be able to keep it, so I held myself back. I've been broke in 2024 not because I didn't have opportunities. The opportunities were there. I just didn't believe I was ready for them. I didn't believe I deserved them. And when you don't believe you deserve something, you sabotage it. whether that's consciously or subconsciously. There were moments when I had chances to move forward. I could have taken a job. I could have invested in that idea I had. I could have put more efforts in everything I was doing, but I hesitated. I made excuses. I'm not ready yet. I need to learn more. What if I fail? Every time I hesitated, I was pushing the money and success I wanted further away from me. The funny thing is, it wasn't just the fear of failure. It was also the fear of success. You see, I wasn't just afraid of not making money. I was afraid of making it too. What if I made a lot of money and lost it? What if I couldn't handle it? Or what if people expected more from me? That fear kept me in this cycle of just getting by, just surviving. And that's how I ended up here, broke in 2024. Not because I didn't have skills or ideas, but because I didn't believe I was capable of more. I didn't believe I deserved the money or the success I dreamed about. And that belief, that doubt became my reality. So how do you break the cycle? How do you stop sabotaging your own potential? It starts with you believing that you're worthy, that you're enough, that you deserve to be financially successful and to reach your goals too. It's not about being perfect or having everything figured out, but it's about knowing that you can learn, grow, and improve along the way. I'm learning that the real key to financial success isn't just about having the right strategy or being in the right place at the right time. It's about believing that you deserve to succeed and taking action from that place of confidence. Because if you don't believe it, you won't act on it. And if you don't act on it, nothing changes. So if you find yourself broke this year like I did, ask yourself, do you believe you deserve the money you want? Do you believe you can actually achieve your goals? Because until you change that belief, nothing else will change. But when you start believing you deserve more, you'll start taking the steps to get it, and that's when everything begins to shift. 2024 may have been tough, but it's not the end of the story. It's just a wake-up call. The power to change it lies in our hands. You know that saying that says, the power is in your hands, or your future is in your hands? Well, that's true. So let's stop playing small. Let's stop doubting ourselves. I believe that we deserve everything that we want, and we also deserve the life we dream of. So now let's go after it.
The number 2 thing that has made me broke in 2024 is dopamine intake.
Dopamine is the chemical in your brain that makes you feel good. You get a little hit of it every time you check your phone, scroll through social media, binge on Netflix, or even getting likes on a post. It's an instant gratification, a quick rush of satisfaction. But here's the thing. That constant surge of dopamine makes you less proactive, and in my case, it made me broke in 2024. I didn't realize at the time, but every time I chose quick dopamine hits over actual work, I was falling deeper into a cycle of procrastination. I'd tell myself I was taking a short break, but that break would turn into hours of wasted time, scrolling through Instagram, checking YouTube, watching pointless videos. It felt harmless, but I was losing hours every day to these distractions. What dopamine does is trick you into thinking you're being proactive when you're really not. Every time you get that little hit, you feel like you've achieved something even though you haven't moved closer to your real goals. It gives you that quick sense of pleasure but leaves you with long-term regret. A lot of regret in my case. This constant cycle of dopamine hits was a productivity killer. I start my day with big plans, like working on a new project, focusing on my side hustles, or even studying for something useful. But within minutes, I'd get distracted by my phone. I'd check notification, then I see myself scrolling for hours. By the time I looked up, half of the day was gone and I hadn't done any single thing that mattered. And that's how I stayed stuck, because dopamine hits actually makes you lazy. And also, here's what dopamine hits does to you. When you waste your time chasing dopamine, you waste your opportunities. You miss out on things that could change your financial situation or your career or even your future. In 2024, I didn't just lose time, but I lost money too. I didn't finish the projects that could have paid me. I missed out on deadlines. I neglected side hustles also. All because I was chasing those quick dopamine hits instead of focusing on my long-term goals. Every time I chose a dopamine hit, whether it was checking my phone, binging on a show, or endlessly scrolling on social media, I was robbing myself of time I could have used to build something meaningful. I wasn't putting in the work I knew I needed to do, and that's why I ended up staying broke. And also, here's what no one tells you. Consistently chasing dopamine trains your brain to crave instant gratification, and that makes it harder to focus on things that take time and effort, like working on a new skill, building a new business, and also before studying. It actually makes things that take time look boring. The things that will truly improve your life and your financial situation require discipline and delayed gratification. But dopamine doesn't care about that. It makes you crave the easy win, the quick fix. It makes you avoid hard work because your brain has been trained to want something now, even if that something is just a pointless TikTok video. Breaking out of this cycle wasn't easy. Well, to be honest, I haven't, and I'm still fighting it. And I've come to realize this when I thought I was having problems on focusing. But the truth was, my brain was addicted to those little dopamine hits. So now I had to take back control. I had to stop mindlessly reaching for my phone and start setting time limits on apps, and also force myself to stay focused for longer periods now. And it's still uncomfortable, but to get what I want, this is what I have to do. But once I started cutting off these distractions, something changed. I started finishing some of my projects and also seeing results from the work I've been avoiding. I was broke because I wasn't making the most of the time I had, and it all started with taming that dopamine addiction. Look, dopamine isn't the enemy. It's not a bad thing to feel good or enjoy the things you love, but when it takes over your life, when it becomes the reason you can't focus or get anything done, that's when it becomes a problem. If you let it control you, you'll keep falling behind, missing out on what you could be achieving. And in my case, it made me broke in 2020. So if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you're always broke and you don't know why, take a look at where your time is going. Are you chasing quick dopamine hits? Are you letting distraction pull you away from what really matters? It might take time to take control back, but once you do, you'll be amazed at how much productive and financially secure you become.
So the last part is self-sabotage.
Here's the thing about self-sabotaging. You all like to think that we're working towards something bigger, but what I've learned is that self-sabotage creeps in when you don't even realize it. It's when you have a big goal, but instead of doing the work to reach it, you start finding reasons not to. You distract yourself, you procrastinate, you avoid uncomfortable tasks that really matter, and that's exactly what I did day in and day out. I kept telling myself I'd get to it later, or I just need a break right now, but later never came. Every time I should have been focusing on something important, whether it was a project I had, a side hustle, or making a YouTube video, or even learning a new skill, I would find myself doing something else, checking my phone, scrolling through social media, watching another episode of a show. It was always the easy way out. What I didn't realize at the time is that what really keeps us broke, or let me say, what really made me broke in 2024 isn't just bad financial habits or lack of ambition. It's self-sabotage. We love the idea of having money, of being able to do whatever we want, but we are too lazy sometimes to put in the full effort. We do 50% of the work and then quit, thinking we have done enough when we haven't. That was me all of 2024. I get started on something full of excitement, full of big ideas, and then halfway through I get bored, distracted, or just tired. I'd convince myself that doing half of the work was enough, but the truth is it was never enough. If you want to make money long term, if you want real success, it doesn't come from just being lucky. It comes from the habits you build, from the things you do when no one is watching. And also, here's what I had to learn the hard way. Success doesn't come from that one big win. It doesn't come from that one lucky moment where everything falls into one place. It comes from consistency. It comes from doing the work day in and day out, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when you'd rather be doing something else. I spent so much time daydreaming about what I wanted. I'd picture myself making R1,000,000, living the life I dreamed of, the vacations, the freedom, all of it, but none of that was real. It was just in my head. I wasn't doing the things that would actually get me there. I was stuck in my fantasies, not in reality, and that's where I failed. I realized that daydreaming about success is the opposite of taking action. Thinking about how much money you're going to make or what you'll do when you finally make it is a trap. It feels proactive, but it's just another form of procrastination. And the longer you stay stuck in that mindset, the further away you get from actually achieving your goals. I was stuck in the cycle for too long. You see, I had dreams, big dreams, but instead of putting in the work to achieve them. I kept on making excuses. I kept finding ways to avoid the hard stuff, the boring stuff, the stuff that actually mattered. And that's why I ended up here being broke in 2024. Not because I didn't have opportunities, but I didn't follow through. It wasn't easy to face the truth that I was the reason I wasn't succeeding, that I was the one holding myself back. But once I accepted that, I realized something I had to change. I had to stop sabotaging myself. I had to stop doing just enough to feel like I was making progress and start doing the work that would actually get me there. It wasn't about big dramatic changes. It was about small, consistent habits. I had to stop thinking about the end goal and start focusing on the steps I needed to take each day. I had to stop daydreaming and start doing, because that's what real success is. It's not glamorous. It's not always fun. It's about showing up and putting in the work even when no one is watching. The truth is, motivation fades. It's easy to start something when you're excited, but staying consistent, that's where the real challenge is. And that's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. If you want to break free from being broke, if you want to stop sabotaging yourself, it's time to stop waiting for motivation and start building better habits. Now I finally understood what was keeping me broke. It wasn't just bad luck or lack of opportunities. It was me. It was the little choices I made every day, the excuses, the distractions, the avoidance. Once I stopped sabotaging myself, I started to see real progress, and that's what I want for you too. Stop getting in your way, stop settling for half effort, and start doing the work that actually matters.
So there you have it, guys. The things that they have made me broke in 2024. So if you can relate to any of this, or you have a bit of some advice, please drop a comment down below in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, guys, so the algorithm can do its thing. But anyways, thank you for watching my video. See you next time.